Welcome back. I'd like to welcome my guest, Stephanie Wojcik. She is the president and owner of Budget Blinds of Naperville. I'm so happy to have you here. So tell me all about Budget Blinds.
Well, Budget Blinds is a national franchise business that was started about 22 years ago, and by 5 friends, basically. 2 of them are twin brothers. They started it out in California and grew it into a franchise business. And now Budget Blinds is actually the largest window treatment retailer nationwide.
Really?
So, and we're also in Canada and expanding in some other places too.
So how did you get involved in Budget Blinds?
Well, about 9 years ago, I was pregnant with actually 10 years ago now, I was pregnant with my first child and decided I really didn't want to work in the corporate world anymore. I wanted a little bit more flexibility and stuff. So I started looking around, and I had a friend who was involved in franchise sales, and he or she introduced me to Budget Blinds, and there we are. So it's kind of a nice, I make my own schedule. I'm able to grow a business and work on my own, but yet I still have
That's
nice income and everything from it. So.
Wonderful. Well, you said that now Budget Blinds is the largest in the country. What makes you guys different?
We're different. We're not like the big box stores, and we're not like some of the other companies in that we do everything in the home. Most of us do not have storefronts. So there's over 900 consultants nationwide, almost 1,000 to date. Wow. So we're able to come out, go into your home, help you select everything. We bring the samples with us, so we can pick colors and everything. When you go into a store, you have all kinds of strange lighting and stuff, and you don't have necessarily your paint or the same lighting as what's in your home, so things can look very different. So it's great when we can come out and actually see what we're working with and help you select from our samples and match it up to what goes in your interior. And there's also a little bit of your style, because a lot of people don't really know what they want, so we're able to kind of see what's going on in the house and kind of see what makes sense with your windows in particular, because believe it or not, there are a lot of different windows out there and a lot of unusual situations. Sure. So it's nice to be able to come in and see what we're working with and help you pick something that's appropriate for your home and what you're looking for.
That's great. So that leads into my next question. Tell me a little bit about your services and your products.
We offer pretty much everything. We're full service, so we have blinds, shades, and shutters. It's all custom order. So everything's measured by myself or my installer and made to fit your exact window. We also do things like custom bedding and custom drapes. So those are always very fun and a little bit more involved consult and stuff, but it can really get into helping the person decorate their home and really make it feel like a home to them. We have some unusual products like faux iron. It's this really cool iron work that it's actually made out of a resin material, but it's actually iron, or it looks like iron. So you can put it on your windows or over little transom windows, or even just use it as a decorative piece of artwork. I'm actually looking at putting it on the outside of my house over some little windows that we have. So it's kind of a fun, unique product that we have. Some other things are like window film, upholstery. I do upholstered headboards and benches and stuff.
Sure.
And custom pillows, all kinds. So you name it, we can pretty much service any of that type of stuff.
So what's the latest in trends?
Trend-wise, there's a couple things. Hard treatment-wise, which is what we consider the blinds, shades, and shutters. The biggest things that are going on right now are people are looking for green products. So, for example, we have our major shutter manufacturer. They are green certified worldwide because they actually grow their own trees and use all of their forestry to make all of their products. They use a particular tree that grows in 8 to 10 years and are able to just keep going with that. So they are green certified for that, in addition to how they manufacture. So that's one of the big areas. And there's other products like woven woods and some of the solar screens and stuff like that. They all have green certifications for either the way they grow or way they're created or built, or from the materials that are used. So
motorization, I know that's kind of when you can push the button and the slides go up. That's pretty cool.
Yes, that is a huge trend right now too. We are selling a ton of motorized products every month. The nice thing about motorization is also energy efficient. When you have a lot of people are building the houses with the 2-story family rooms, so it's nice to be able to cover those upper windows. not because people don't want the light, but because they can let a lot of heat in, or in the wintertime they'll let a lot of cool air out. So it's nice to be able to raise and lower those shades or have some covering on there just to gain some energy efficiency.
Sure, sure. And so what are the trends with, like, I know in my house I have a very old home and need some change. So what about drapes and things? I know they used to be big and flamboyant. Is that still the case?
No, they're kind of tailoring back from that. You'll still see a little bit of that, but the trend more now is more kind of a sleek, clean line look. So you'll have kind of like a tone-on-tone type look with a nice decorative rod and a real pretty finish. A lot of metal finishes for the rods now versus the wood ones. And you'll have a nice, clean, sleek panel with it. Or you'll have some nice patterns, like a big trend right now is your big, bold graphic patterns. And they may be in a neutral color, but then have a pop of color on them. Or you'll have a pop of color in some decorative pillows or something like that. So it's kind of the nice neutrals, but bring in a bright pink or a teal or kind of that lime green color. Some fun colors like that.
Very cool.
Which is always fun. I always think it's fun to decorate with kind of those patterns and colors, because it just adds interest to the room.
Yeah, I agree. So tell me about the vision of Budget Blinds. Like, what do you see your company doing?
One of the reasons why I joined the chamber was I had finally gotten to a point. I had 3 kids, and my youngest is 4 now. So I kind of feel like I have room to grow and spend a little bit more time investing in my business. So I got involved in the chamber so that I could look at the commercial side of window treatments.
Right.
That is a huge untapped opportunity, and Budget Blinds Corporate, which is the umbrella that we're under, has really taken a big initiative as of about 2 years ago and putting a lot of energy into developing that market and providing a lot of companies one source for custom treatments for buildings nationwide. Because we are one of the only places you could go to from a commercial standpoint where if you're another franchise and you're opening stores nationwide, you only have to make one phone call. You could go to Budget Blinds Corporate and they will set you up with the Budget Blinds in that city, and they will have the specs on file of what you had already planned out for those buildings. And we just go in and we measure it, provide the pricing, and it's done. And they don't have to go and source somebody new each time they go to a new location. They deal with one place with the expertise already in hand and all the specs and everything. So that's kind of a nice thing about commercial. And so I'm really looking at developing that side of the business, and that's where the chamber comes in handy, because you kind of meet a lot of different business owners and people involved in different aspects of the commercial side of stuff. And can really make some good contacts.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
There.
So the world of blinds is really growing, and it sounds like business is great. So I thank you so much for your time here today and for your insight. And now I have a good idea on what I need to do with my blinds as I move forward. We'll be right back with Inside the Chamber.